How's it going, guys? Oddly Unorthodox here, releasing another video. You're going to have to bear with me a little bit because, as you can probably tell, I am not feeling 100% well and my voice is a little bit strained. But I wanted to upload to you guys an Ogre video. I am not saying I'm an Ogre player. This is probably the second or third time I've played them. I'm not massively up to date with their tactics, but I thought it would be a laugh just to get an Ogre video here and there and have a bit of chuckle about it. So as you can see, I went with just the bog standard Tyrant. Might as well do it when we load in. Slow motion it down. We went with the bog standard Tyrant, 4 normal Ogre balls, 2 Ogre balls with dual weapons, some Iron Guts, 2 Noblar Trappers. Sorry, my voice going. A squad of Lead Belchers, 2 Iron Blasters, and 2 Noblar Scrap Launchers. The reason I bought 2 of each is because I just wanted to see which one will perform better, as I do plan on releasing an Ogre tactics video at some point, so I'm merely just limit testing some of the units. So the theory behind each unit, just to give you a bit of a shout, I obviously explained the artillery. The dual weapons Ogres obviously just to mulch into the infantry, standard Ogre balls because they're cheap, cheerful and fill up some lines. The Lead Belchers to pop off some targets that I can't hit with the artillery. The Noblar Trappers just to slow down any cavalry, any flying creatures. Obviously they've got the Noblar Traps, so it should be quite annoying. And the Tyrant just because he's a cheap, easy, fruitful beat stick. I do have an Allied Bretonnian on my team that went for a very tight-knit box. You can see we are playing against double undead. Bringing a Fire Belly would have been a lot better here than bringing a Tyrant. I think I should have brought a Tyrant and maybe a Fire Belly. So, moving up, we see some lovely Blood Knights that are asking to just be shot into by my Iron Blaster. You know, 12 models destroyed from that 2 opening volleys. It's easy to see which one I prefer out of the 2 artillery. What am I shooting at? The Lord, possibly? Didn't mean to shoot the Lord, but hey-ho. And that went super wide. You can see that we start peppering the Graveguard now. When you're building quite a heavy artillery list, you want to focus the most annoying things first, and that to me is these 2 Blood Knights. Want to get rid of them as much as possible and not really give them a chance to get too much value. Now, when playing against undead, ideally you want to kill something completely because they will just heal it, especially double undead factions. Could be quite a nightmare. Is that just one horse running away? Yeah, one horse, no rider, just running away. So this was a mistake of mine to sort of swap across. I should have kept focusing that one squad. These Noblar Scrap Launchers, I'm not a massive fan of. And the more I use them, the more I realise that, you know, I didn't really like them this game, and I think in the future I'll just take 2 Iron Blasters. The good thing about Ogre Artillery is it doesn't really matter if the enemy's got Fellbats because they're on giant dinosaurs anyway and they've got 5,000 HP. So nothing to really worry about. You can see here that we do get the Fellbats come in, but that's fine. The Noblar Trappers are shooting into them. We're going to send the Tyrant over just to give them a whack. You can see these Blood Knights have been hammered quite hard. These guys have lost 5. We've managed to put some decent damage into the Blood Knights. I'm more than happy with how that's ended up. And then we send the Ogre Balls out and the Noblar Trappers just to get their traps going, be a little bit more annoying. And someone just got absolutely freaking dismounted. So we managed to tie up the second squad of Blood Knights. As you should know, fine. We're going to send over our Iron Guts. We brought the Iron Guts purely because I wanted something with a bit of armour piercing to deal with things of high armour like Blood Knights. Really going to help deal with those Blood Knights to chew through them. So we take the fight quite well. We are shooting at these guys, but it's doing a fat lot of nothing. This guy is running because apparently he wants to ram them. Understandable, but we will pull him back in a second. And I do shift focus onto the Ishtabi Greatbow, trying to shut them down. We managed to tie up these Blood Knights, which I'm more than happy about. You know, these Noblar units are going over. really upset by these scrap launchers. I think I might just use the iron blasters in the future. The lead belchers are just being annoying. Using them to sort of chase off these blood knights. These blood knights are pretty much killed. Chopping through them quite nicely. And we are trying to chip through the Ishtarbi great bows. Maybe, I don't know if it was better if we used some maybe a bit of a better target. The lead belchers decided they don't like the grave guard and they're going to deal with them. We've got some more zombies rolling up, but here I just wanted to kill this one squad of blood knights, and then if we can get the Vargulf as well, that'll be perfect. So the fight at the front is not actually going too bad. I've still got some reserves which I'll send up in a minute. And those blood knights are fully sprinted off, so we start bringing everything back. And now we're trying to deal with the other squads of grave guard and such, just try and break them off. Yeah, the Vargulf's going down too. Always good news. We have nearly broken... I really don't think shooting those at Ishtarbi was actually worth it. And then the Vargulf is low leadership, running. It's probably not far off this world, probably going to die. Do manage to get a good shot on it before it goes. Don't really want to leave it to get some leadership back and regen. It's got a lot of regen it's capable of, and I sort of don't want to have to suffer through that. The fight itself is going okay. We've broken those great bows off, and now we shoot the giant because we don't particularly like the giant. Apparently that last shot was going into those great bows, whether I liked it or not. And then we push up to deal with his team guard. Did that Vargulf get away? It's still crumbling, so possible it'll break. We've got our ally artillery running around trying to be overly annoying. I do keep getting spirit leeched. I'm just being followed by Ark and the Black and being spirit leeched, which I'm fine with because I just popped the heal in a minute. At this point I'm quite happy with how my fight's going. Sadly my iron blasters are getting worked a little bit, but they've used a good amount of their ammo, especially that one. So we just save this one here and allow it to crack on. That Vargulf's still running around. This really shows the point. There you go, that shot showed it. Really shows the point of making sure you kill vampire units, because they can still be a huge pain in the arse if they're allowed to be. So moving up, we try and find our next target. We've got a quite nice little ogre bubble running around. And now my plan is to go get rid of this bone giant. Maybe I should have ignored it the more that I think about it and just gone straight for that bubble at the back. But there is another Spirit Leech. I'm an absolute magnet for those this game. And when playing the ogres that I've noticed, it is a different kind of faction. Some factions feel somewhat similar, but I've got to give it to the fact the ogres feel very, very different. We didn't break this bone giant anywhere near as quick as I wanted to. I thought I'd be able to chip through it quite quickly. As you can see, the constant spirit leeches. Really not happy apparently with me. Still firing our artillery over into them, but there's not really a way for us to deal with the Strigoi Ghoul King at the minute, especially with my ally being so battered as he is. And Ark and the Black's still very healthy. Those guys are still very healthy. And I genuinely expected the Bone Giant to die quicker, but it did not. So that is unfortunate. But this is just the sort of game that I want to show you guys with a bit of a different build, showing you that I am learning the sort of ogre ways, and that you will get an ogre tactic video. It is in the work. Sorry, excuse me. It is in the works, and there will be one soon. There's going to be a few more uploads yet of me trying the different legendary lords, trying different units, maybe more of a cavalry focused build. The letdown was definitely 2 Noblar scrap launch, so I felt like I should have got rid of those and maybe brought some more armor pen. Those pirate ogres with the pistols, I'm intrigued to use those. And this pretty much does spell the end. We take out the bone giant, and then we run up and crump those. Make sure they get battered. Crush those into the earth. And then we run over to deal with these. I'm still being spirit leeched. And then we use our last explosive ability there. Another spirit leech. And a well played to my opponent for saving his Ashtabi summon that late. A lot of people would have used it earlier. But that was a very nice Ashtabi play. Let's have a look at the value of some of these guys, see what I'd change. The Noblar scrap launchers, straight away throw them in the bin. The Iron Blasters, I'll keep those, they did good. The Tyrant did good. The Lead Belchers did good. It might be worth binning off these two and picking up some more Lead Belchers. The dual weapons did okay, made their money back. And the Bulls, to be fair, did an all-round decent job. The Noblar Trappers did what I need them to do. Maybe I should have brought some normal Noblars as well, just to buy a bit of time. But so far, this is what is going on with the Ogres, how I'm learning. Any tips, any tactics, any strategies you guys might have, drop them in the comments, let me know, and then like and subscribe on the way out. Thank you for watching. It's been Oddly Unorthodox, and I'll catch you on the next one.